Hey there YouTube, it's been a while since I've actually made a direct video. So as you can see, I'm here playing Code Vein, but that's not what I'm actually gonna do. I'm just gonna show you my characters. And yeah, so I guess we'll start now. I do online, but really I don't really do anything with people. I have my headset on, which is why you can't hear it. So I'll just be talking about my characters, showing you them and their backstories. Of course, I'm kind of limited because what the game offers and customization is all I could have done, but I'm sure if I actually had a good drawing skill, I could draw what they would actually look like or actually dress like. But for now, this is just what we're stuck with. Alright, it should be loading up now. It's been a while. I just got back from a trip. I can tell you about that as I'm doing this. Yeah, I went to Vegas actually. I might upload a few videos about, or not about it, but the plane ride, because I hated the plane ride. Alright, I usually just go to here immediately when I'm playing this game. I don't even play it just to play it anymore. This is all I do for it. Alright, well, this is actually supposed to be a close replica of what my imaginary friend looked like when I was a kid. His name was Slush. And I thought it was weird, but at the time when I was really young, I didn't know what dreads were, but that's what my imaginary friend had. So, yeah. That's what he has, is dreads. But they were long dreads. You don't have long dreads in this game, so that's the only thing I could come up with. So I guess I gave him more of a character. Yes, those are all my characters. I gave him more of a character backstory in the recent years. So this is him, and this would be him if he was I don't know, in the Illuminati. Those conspiracies about lizard people, he would be the king of them, I guess. There's a lot of characters I should go over. I think I briefly went over Dean and his character in one of my other videos, but I don't remember what I said in that one, so I'll just repeat. If so, then sorry, but yep, this is Dean. He's basically the ruler of what would be the underworld in my world that I made for all these characters. And yeah, he had an arranged marriage, and I can show you the wife. And basically, he was not very kind at all. This is a long video. I know it's going to be a long video, so bear with me. And yeah, he basically started the first war. Now I can finally go in depth with this. I'm so happy. He started the first war in my world. And oh yeah, you might hear my cat in the background. He wanted to take over territory, basically. And the territory he wanted to take over was his younger sister's. She's a goddess, obviously, since he's a god. And maybe I could do this. I don't know. He has different versions of him, but I'm not on his account right now. I might show that later. Yeah, so this one is, if you can, I don't know if you can see if it's too bright, but this one is Yuta. He'd basically be the second main character, one of the main character group cast or whatever it's called. he used to be a thief, but after making a deal with a duke's daughter, he agreed to help her in terms of money and cash and all that, yada. And changed the plans when he got more involved in her story and more about her. He started to catch some feelings for her, and basically they actually turned into husband and wife. If only if it was that easy, right? But yeah, I think she's right here. Yes, here she is. This is Rin. She's the duke's daughter, like I said. And oh, I didn't even do out shots. Hold on. I mean, again, there's not much I can do with their outfits. But yeah, that's what he would really look like, if you can see that. Okay. I just realized, yeah, I was showing their just their faces just now. I mean, obviously, these aren't what their actual faces would look like. I mean, clothes. Darn. Let's see. I promise I'll go over nearly all of them. I'm just looking around for characters that I absolutely want to give a story on right now. Alright, I guess I'll go in order pretty much. He's not very important in the character storyline or in the story at all, but his name is Genie. I literally just made him because I realized I make lots of feminine looking men, but they're not actually of the LGP, so I said B, not P. And so yeah, that's basically why I made him. He's a merchant and he uses magic and stuff and fights. I don't know. I'm not good with making diverse characters, as you can see. I'll get to him later, and him later. Alright, I think I talked about these two as well on my other video. Let me get closer so you can see. Or I could just like do that. There we go. Yeah, there we go. This is Void Carvani. And I think I explained it in the other video. I'm not sure. Maybe I deleted it. But he's basically a doctor/scientist. And he didn't have a good upbringing. Most of my characters didn't have a good upbringing, and I just realized that it's been so long since I've talked about him as a character. I've always just focused on like the other characters. So I think I'm gonna give him more of a in-depth backstory. I know that his father basically went crazy. He used to serve in the Second War and as a doctor, and his father at the time I guess couldn't handle all of the patients that kept coming in with gruesome, disfigured bodies, all that messed up and missing limbs and whatnot. So yeah, he went crazy, and he forced his son Void to do surgery on his mother. Now that I'm thinking about it, that doesn't really make much sense if he went crazy for looking at gruesome stuff and then he forced him to do. I might think more about it later, but this is the story I have for now. So yeah, he forced him to do surgery on his mother. That wouldn't have been too much of a problem if his mother wasn't actually awake through all of it. So, you know, cutting her up, basically dissecting her, pretty much messed him up. Not enough to hate being a doctor and a scientist, of course, but I guess, yeah. So after that, he lived with his grandparents, and then his grandparents started getting sick, and he tried doing surgery on them, but actually like trying to do it right and not when they're still awake. But, you know, they ended up dying, and after that, he plagued that he would save everybody that he ever does surgery on. So he's pretty much a perfectionist and whatnot. And I think I have another like version of him when his hair is all like messy. This is supposed to be slicked back. As you can see, it's not the best, but it's what I got, with a few strands of hair in the front. I went over with Roman before. Oh, I think my cat wants to join me. Yeah, so Roman is basically ex-military, ex-royal guardsman during the Second War. I went over the First War. I'll get over into what the First War was about when I get to a certain character. But the Second War was basically... I don't have any of this written down. It's all just in my head, so sometimes I forget things mid-sentence. Sorry about that. This is a long video. Yeah, Roman, he's ex-royal guards, so yeah, he served in the military like his father was. He only wanted to be in the military so he could end the war, because he didn't care for the war at all. He's supposed to be in half elf, but obviously in this game you can't do that. So did I even say what game I was playing? Oh my gosh, I can't even I distract myself so much. If I didn't say it, it's Code Vein. Basically anime Dark Souls is what I heard. I've never played Dark Souls. So with that said, watch me say it like minutes later, because I think I forgot again, I swear. Just, yeah. I didn't even show you their outfits yet again. There we go. That's his outfit. This is his outfit. It's not the best, but it'll have to do in terms of outfit wise. Alright, so his story was he actually wanted to be a dancer. Like, not like a, I forgot what the word's called for it, but like he dances to like just instrumental stuff. I don't know what it's called. It starts with a C, but yeah. That's because that's what his mother was. And he really looked up to his mother, but during the Second War, the Second War. I'm getting all messed up right now. She ended up dying because their village got attacked where he was from. And also, at the same time, his fiance at the time also died because she was trying to help up the children that were in the village. Same with the mother, but the enemy soldiers got to them both. There wasn't like too much backstory for them, but yeah, that's basically what fueled him to being a soldier, and what fueled him to be a ex-soldier was actually because of the king's orders to kill a certain someone. And he did not like that, but I'll explain who that person is in a second. So I guess, yeah, he's the main antagonist to the beginning of the story. If it was like an actual, I like to think of it if it was actual anime. So like through the first season, and if it was the second season as well, he'd be the main antagonist. Because I don't even know why. Well, oh yeah, he wants to plan to murder the king, which obviously doesn't fit well with a few characters. So yeah, he basically plots to, you know, destroy the kingdom of Zia, that's what it's called, as a whole. And I'll probably get back to him on other details. I'm drawing blanks with him, but he's one of my most in-depth characters I have story about. I even know how he's gonna like die in the story. I think out of everyone, he has one of the most brutal deaths too. I'm not gonna get too much into it though. Not yet. All right. Hold on before I forget. Again, these aren't what their clothes would actually be like. It's just what the game can offer me. I'm doing this one-handed, if that's why it looks like I'm taking forever to scroll. So this is Javen. He's actually a full elf, but he was born blind. And these guys got some history. So he's, at the time when he was still pretty much in a very angry state at like basically the world, he was trying his hardest to like get off of the map because, you know, he was a war hero. And then now he turned around and now he's trying to betray the kingdom, like in actual time, in actual today's life. If somebody has like information about the government like that and they become an enemy of the government, they're gonna get tracked down. So his parents were like high-end nobles and whatnot, and they could help him with stuff, but they were too distraught because their son was blind, and they potentially thought he was going to be pretty useless in life since they were nobles, and I guess at the time handicapped people couldn't do much in my story. I don't know. So Roman convinced his parents to abandon Javen in the woods. So that's what they did. And Roman, not thinking much of Javen's situation, yes, I'm going to keep doing that. He just went on after getting some help by the noble family of them. But then Javen got taught by 3 spirit wolves or something like that. Yeah, 3 spirit wolves. Why am I questioning it? Like, it's not my own story. And he basically was taught how to fight and survive. I don't want to say it's like this certain character, but I can't really think of another way of explaining it. Basically from Avatar: The Last Airbender, like Toph, basically like that, but he doesn't need to be barefoot. He uses hearing instead of his feet, like that. So yeah. These guys aren't important, but I'll tell you their names. This is Lady Sorrow, Girl Heartbreak, and Boy Death. I didn't give them good names, I know that. They're basically comic relief. I just make different references to different things that I've watched throughout the years. So basically, like Team Rocket, the early Team Rocket, that's basically what they would be. Just causing mayhem and mischief all the time. But they wouldn't be in this timeline of the story. They'd be way further in this timeline. So, and I'm trying to think, and I'm trying to go in the most chronological order I can, because I'm sure getting this kind of information in all sorts of different orders is gonna confuse people. So I guess I'll go with her. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of self-absorbed, and this is proof. This is Celestia. This is basically the reincarnation of me. So yeah, her outfit. congrats, man, if you made it this long in my video. I know I'm not the most exciting YouTuber, but like, yeah. Alright. So, even though this is me in my own story, I did not give myself a very long you can say cameo in my own story, because I died twice, I guess. So basically, in like this world, the human reality world right now, I would been given a strange dream, sequence of dreams by a strange figure saying it was time for me to be passed on to another realm of some sort of life, and convince me, I guess trigger warning in this part, to basically jump off of a bridge. That's basically what the story starts as, me jumping off a bridge head first. It has to be head first. And then I come back to life as Celestia with no memory of any of that happening, but she's supposed to be good with battle tactics, war tactics, stuff like that. She goes to this small village, very small and poor village, and during the time, Dean here starts the war with another goddess, which is his younger sister, like I said. And since she is a god too, a goddess, Celestia, that would make Dean the younger brother, because she's supposed to be older than Dean technically. So sibling war, basically, on a whole new level. Their dimensions are all like intertwined with each other, and a certain character, I guess I'll go to her. This is Frista. Let me get a back thing of her. It's kind of hard to see because of all the glow. But yeah, I'll get to all the halos or rings, whatever you want to call it, in a second. She's the youngest. Well, not really the youngest, but she's the younger sister for Celestia. And basically, she's trying to fight off her older brother Dean for trying to take over her land. And since her dimension is like mostly the closest to the humans, like to Earth, their Earth gets involved and the humans gets involved. And that's where Celestia decides, after figuring out that she's a goddess, she's going to defend Earth, which is why there's more lore on her when it comes to stuff like how she came to be and stuff, unlike the other gods and goddesses in the world, because the humans actually have record of her. And so I still didn't have a concrete way of her to die the second time, so I don't know how she dies. But I know that she is not around through the rest of the story. And little side information, I hate bugs, absolutely despise them. I've loathed them all my life. So I thought, because it'd be kind of ironic that my true form of a goddess would actually be of a giant cicada. So that's what my true form would be, not this human. Same with all the other gods and goddesses, but I'm not sure on what to make Celestia. Not Celestia. Oh my goodness. Frista. I could also do for some comments of what she could be, what she could look like. Maybe a boar. A bull. I don't know. No, it's a bull. I don't even know. Anyway, so yeah, that's how those guys are intertwined with each other. I'll get to him in a second. Anyone with a halo basically is a god or goddess. So as you can see, yeah. Who else should I talk about? This is Niles. He is actually an angel that was sent to, well, not sent, but he's like an aide for the main god person. I gave him a name, the Great Saint of the Cosmos. And yeah, he, within a half of a millisecond of the Big Bang, that's what I'm going off of, he was created, and so was Niles. And then the Great Saint decided, with a whoosh of his arm, you know, like a majestic little fling of his arm, he created the different galaxies and stuff like that, and then began distributing different dimensions for his children that he decided to later on make, since they had a whole bunch of galaxies with nothing really ruling over it. So yeah, that's where those guys come in. And Niles here accidentally, oh wait, I didn't even get to that yet. So yeah, after the war with these guys, I know I'm going off on a whole bunch of different stuff, but bear with me. After the war, Friesta and Celestia and this guy that I didn't talk to yet, they are aided, no, not aided, but actually, yeah, they're aided by the Great Saint himself to stop Dean from trying to take over the different dimensions and whatnot. And as a result, he is sealed away, which hence the little bags under his eyes, because he was sealed in a way where he's awake and he cannot sleep, he cannot move or anything of that nature, but he is conscious through all of it. So for 1,000 years, that's basically what he was like. And he was sealed inside of like a necklace type thing, because the Great Saint is supposed to be like bigger, way bigger than the Milky Way itself, but he like can shrink himself down and make himself tangible or untangible, however he sees fits, because, you know, that's just how he is. And he stays up in space. He doesn't go and bother with anything unless he absolutely has to. So yeah, but Niles here, a few thousand years later, accidentally unseals Dean. And that's what causes him to be a new threat to the story. I totally got off track about the story. So yeah, he's basically the next set of threat after Roman here. So I keep going back. All right, I just remembered some more stuff about Roman. I am so sorry. Roman actually works with Void because he heard about a doctor/scientist, Roman, that is very good with making different poisons or antidotes with those poisons and stuff like that. So there was a chemical that Roman knows that was used in the Second War against enemies, and he wants Void here to remake that poison to, one, highlight that they were using illegal like gases to like inhumanely kill off different characters, or not characters, but different people in the world. The Kingdom of Zia was, and two, you know, to ironically kill the king with the very thing that he helped make in the Second War. So these guys worked together for a while. And basically, he begins to actually form a trusting bond with Void and become pretty friendly with each other. And so, after a while, he actually fakes his death so he can get off the radar from, obviously, you know, government people and noble people, so he can continue on his plan and plotting. And yeah, they work together. A little side thing, Roman still likes to dance. That's one of his hobbies, actually. He still likes to really much dance. And another side thing for Void, his least favorite food is roast peacock. I don't know, they had some weird foods in their timeline, I guess. I know that that was a thing that actually people ate, I think. Not too sure of the details on that though. But yeah, and his favorite food is beef stew. And yeah, basically. Let's see. I'm still trying to go in order as best I can, because my characters, when it comes to that, all the information just shoots into my head, and then I just have to say it just then and there. So yeah, Rin, like I said, Duke's daughter, was captured by Yuta, but then her unusual eye color, if you can see that. I mean, they all have unusual eye colors, but for their standards, I guess that was weird, is because she got cursed by some magical person or old man. Because I gotta make a better reason for why he did it, because my reason right now is because his daughter doesn't look as pretty as the Duke's daughter, so he cursed her, so her eyes are pretty much useless. But yeah, I wouldn't know how to explain in a better way of how they're not useless, but whatever. I can't think right now. This is the most I've ever talked. Let's see. They work together, end up falling in love, and actually being